Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. The quilt block I am working on today, it's a large quilt block, 21 inches. It has a sashing and a center square. It has some red strips, some green strips, and white strips, and it also has some half square triangles. So I'll be making 4 blocks, smaller blocks, to make the larger 21-inch block. So I cut strips that 4 different reds for the 4 different blocks, and now I'm cutting a lot of white strips. I'll leave a list below of the exact cutting for all of these fabrics. Before I begin sewing my strips together, I thought I would make my half square triangles, and I was going to go ahead without a pencil line, but I will draw a pencil line from corner to corner, and then I'll put a seam on both sides of that pencil line, and then I will cut along the pencil line. I'll press these half square triangles open, and then I'll trim them to 2.5 inches. So I need 4 2.5 inch half square triangles for my large quilt block. So my large quilt block will require 4 identical smaller quilt blocks. So I laid out my fabric because I'm making a sort of a log cabin. I'm not sure if it's called a half log cabin or a quarter log cabin design. You start with a square in the corner, and then you work on 2 sides of that square. And my squares today are these half square triangles. So I thought I was going to put those aside, but then I remembered, no, I need the half square triangle to begin with. So I pulled them back, and that's where I'll start. And I sort of stacked my 4 different greens, and then there's a white strip as you work around. Then you move to red, white, and then green again. So I have a stack of 4 of each of these strips because I'll be making 4 quilt blocks. Once I had my 4 smaller quilt blocks ready to go, I arranged them, and I'll be sewing them together with a center square and 4 strips. I will not need to make too many of these large quilt blocks to make a quilt, and I was able to use quite a few Christmas quilts this year when the family came home for the holidays, so I'm looking forward to making a new one for next year. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.